even a solopreneur coach who received a cease and desist order because of the business name. Somebody else was using the business name, and she had gone to a lot of expense to put together a really nice logo and all the rest of it. And then she received this order. So it does happen quite a bit. And I know you've mentioned, Zeke, that you've had this happen with your clients quite a bit, that there's conflicts with the trademarks as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, the story Tom sings about is not uncommon at all. And what we try to help clients with, but also help marketing and branding firms with, is educate them to the extent where they can prevent those types of letters from coming, because I will tell you that it is far more expensive to do a rebrand than to do it right up front. There is a little bit of an investment to search, make sure that your brand is unique and distinctive in your field, but that small amount of work that you do up front will save so much time, money, and most importantly, customers in a rebrand. Because what tends to happen is that if you do have to rebrand, you invariably lose a good number of your customers simply because they couldn't keep track of you. And so that is real. That's the real business side of being protective on the front end from a legal perspective, and being educated about what you can and can't do. And you know, I wanted to address your other question before. Some other reasons that TM may not hold water is that there are types of marks that the law simply will not respect, and those tend to be generic marks. You cannot call your Apple company Apple. You can call your computer company Apple. Well, you can't, but Apple did. But you cannot use the name that you use to describe something as your trademark. You have to let anybody use that because that's what it's called. And other ones are geographic descriptors. So if you, like Portland, Maine Coffee Company, not a very good trademark. White Cap Coffee is a great one.
Never be able to stop somebody from opening up a shop right next to you called Portland, Maine Coffee Company, or Coffee Company in Portland, Maine.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't be fair to stop them. Right. Because they are in Portland.
It might be a good search engine term, but it's not going to be a good business term.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, actually, because the social media breakfast, I think you know about those, right?
Yes.
So we actually did a presentation exactly on that point, the overlap of SEO and trademark and how they are like totally at odds. And that is one of the more challenging things that when people who really know SEO, that's one of the most challenging. They're like, oh, I bought this great URL and it got my name. I'm like, not even close to trademarkable. You're describing exactly what you do in the place you do it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But go ahead and use it. You just can't slap I mean, you can put the TM on it, but you won't be able to get registered.
Right.
Well, and that gets to when you talk about generic marks. Even if you have a mark, a brand that starts out as unique, depending on how you use it, it can become genericized.
It's like Kleenex.
Kleenex
exactly.
is a
Xerox,
great,
Kleenex. Yeah, they've.
You know, one of my favorite examples along those lines is Otis Elevator Company invented the escalator. Escalator, that term actually didn't exist. That was their brand name. But they used it, you know, saying we make elevators and escalators. They used it as a noun as opposed to as a modifier. It's a escalator moving staircase, or an escalator, I don't know what the generic term for it. So that there wasn't really a good generic term to use other than escalator. Westinghouse started using the term. Otis sued them, and the court said, sorry, escalators.
We don't know what else to call it.
Yeah, it's an escalator. And so they lost the mark altogether.
Wow.
And from a marketing perspective, it might seem great. Like, boy, if I can be the Kleenex and people refer to my product, if I'm White Cap Coffee and people say, oh, I want to go get a White Cap, like that sounds great. But you know, from a marketing perspective, because people really know what you're doing. The problem is, once you get to that point and you've put that investment in to get that brand out in front of people, you don't want to lose it. Like, you don't want then, you know, the Westinghouse to come in and say, well, yeah, we do escalators too. And now all of a sudden they can take that market share that you have developed. You know, you've put lots of time and money into that brand.
And dominated it.
As nice as it would be to be that generic, by the time you get there, you don't want it to disappear.
Right.
Same thing happened to Bayer with aspirin. They lost their mark. And I remember in law school, as we were learning about trademarks, Xerox actually put out they spent a ton of money. They took ads out in the New York Times, and they took these ads out that basically educated people on how to use their trademark. And that's all the ad was about. It was like full-page ads that were like, we are in danger of losing our trademark. Like, they actually spelled it out. Like, you must call our copy machines Xerox copy machines. You do not use our brand as a noun, you must use it as an adjective. And they saved their trademark doing that. So it actually was a quite successful campaign, and I'm sure at the time they're like, oh my God, we're gonna spend this much money doing this. But in the end, they actually saved their brand from becoming the next Bayer or Otis, of losing a trademark.
Yeah.